Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the Weekly Pint. If you're new to this this thing that we do every Monday night, it's not a show, and that needs to be understood right off the bat. Caroline, we will get to that. It's a happy hour. We hang out, we crack open a drink together, and we just talk about whatever we want to talk about. A big part of all of that is us drinking together. Now, I don't care what you drink. If you want to crack open a can of some kind of hard seltzer, that's fine. You're allowed to do that. We won't judge you. If you want to crack open a beer, that is definitely okay also. If you want to open up a bottle of booze, that's also fine. More than fine, because it's Monday, and that's completely acceptable. I'm going to drink a beer, though, and a big part of that, again, is us drinking together. So everybody chime in with what it is you're drinking. Marco is getting his to-go food and having a truth. Let's see. Joe and Caroline are drinking Urban Artifact, Strawberry and Lemonade Seltzer, and then Gadget for Joe. Julia is drinking another West Side German-Irish lager in proper glassware, of course. That's the Gnarly Gnome glassware, which you guys can purchase if you need a good beer glass over at thegnarlygnome.com/shop. That's everybody that's chimed in with what they're drinking. I'll crack mine open in just a second. Caroline wants to know if David is here this week. David is sort of here. He's actually leaving right now, but he has been very helpful this week, so much so that I am about, I'm going to say, a half hour of editing away from another YouTube video this week. So you guys will see plenty of new YouTube content coming out because of the help that David has been with all of that. So thank you. Julie says Josh is downstairs. I'm sure he'll chime in soon. He just did. Pipeworks, alt beer. I love that beer. It's fantastic. Matt Demara says, "What's up, y'all?" I'm assuming that Matt is fasting today, as he typically does on Mondays, because he's fancy like that. He fasts. Is it fancy? Is it fancy to fast? I don't know. Fast? I have no idea. Let's see. So, you guys know you're supposed to be drinking something, even if you want to drink water. That is definitely okay. But the other part of all of this is the happy hour side, the chiming in and having a conversation. There are multiple ways that you can do that. I don't think there's any new people on here. You guys know how this works. You can chime in on the chat, which I'll put up on the screen down here in just a second, or you can call into the show, and that isn't always an option. You can call in. The number is right there, 567-70-DRINK, 567-703-7465, or the chat, as you guys seem to have figured out. That'll be right here. I can't figure out how to. Right there, down. It's right there. Whatever. Matt says, no, fasting tomorrow. I'm finishing up a beer before I dive into tonight's. Well, I'll probably open them at the same time. Why not? This is the Maibach from 50 West. I cracked it open with dinner. We made this. I say we loosely. I made this really fantastic pork loin in the Instant Pot with teriyaki sauce and all kinds of stuff. It was amazing, and even better with a Maibach. Josh says, I ordered my black gnarly bomber jacket yesterday. I saw that. That was a product that I put up without ever getting an actual test product in, so I have no idea how that's going to turn out. So I'm really excited to see how it turns out. So I'm excited to see it. And then if I like it, I'll buy one of my own. It's hard with the jackets because I wear so many of Zane Lamprey's jackets and hoodies and stuff. I very rarely get a chance to wear any other jackets. I got this whole rack of jackets that just kind of sit and gather dust if jackets do that. All right, let's crack open my beer. I have not had this one yet, and it's been teasing me from the fridge for a while, and it sounds good. I'm hoping that it helps welcome in some warmer weather. It seems like a warm weather beer. This is Raspy Cat from Rheingeist. It is a fruited wheat beer, specifically raspberries, I'm guessing, because it's called Raspy Cat. Let's see. It says, glowing with a ruby red haze and purring with notes of raspberry and cherry, Raspy Cat is a tasty trip through vibrant fields of flavor. A bright, refreshing, and slightly tart profile is underscored by light and toasty wheat malt. And this is one colorful cat. 5% ABV. Yeah, let's see how it is. I don't know if anybody's had this before, but tell me what I'm in for if you have. Oh, I smell the raspberries. I always like that when you open up a beer and you don't even have to like get your nose anywhere near the glass. Just by opening the can, the room starts to smell like whatever the beer is supposed to smell like. Yeah, so it's pink. I mean, it's pinkish red. Looks, I guess, red on the camera there, but pink when I'm holding it up to the light. The head on it, you guys can kind of see that, is also pink. It's pink. I don't have anything against pink beer. I like pink beer. Yeah, that's good. That's actually really good. Newbert here, drinking Deepsea Ipa from Vancouver Island Brewing. It's always fun when you chime in because you're always drinking things that I've never heard of before from breweries that I've never heard of before. I mean, I've heard of IPA before, but Deepsea Ipa, how is it? Hopefully, one of these days, we'll either get some kind of Cincinnati road trip where all of us venture up to Canada, or you can get down here and we can all drink beer together somehow. Hopefully. If my iPad decides to cooperate tonight, I do have a bunch of label approvals, but my iPad has been absolutely miserable the last couple days. So much so that that is one of the things on my calendar tomorrow is to go to the Apple store, and I'm going to go in there. I'm going to slam my fist on the counter, and I'm going to be like, listen up, guys. This iPad's almost brand new. Why is it restarting all the time on me? Why is it crashing? Yeah, it's been a pain. I mentioned so. All right, my brain is going in 7 different directions. We could jump in to. Neighbor says, "I'm saving my shillings to come down for Oktoberfest. We will make it worth your while. We will create a fantastic vacation for you if that's if you can make it down here." I can talk about the video that I've been working on this week. One of the videos that I've been working on this week. I can talk about the video that I am getting ready to. I'm getting ready to start it, so there's not really much to talk about that. But see, it's crashing again. You missed. I was gonna flip over to the iPad so you could see it crashing. Well, it's restarting. I hate it. Sorry, guys. We could talk about videos that I'm working on, including the video that should be up before the weekend. We'll say that. We could talk about this week's Cincy Brewcast, which definitely has some things to talk about. We could talk about label approvals if my iPad decides to cooperate long enough for us to actually talk about label approvals. Because I mean, I guess I could figure something out to get them up a different way, but or we could talk about whatever you guys want to talk about. Julia says labels and thoughts about Bark Park. I don't know what that is. Bark Park. What is Bark Park? I'm looking right now. I don't know what you're talking about. Oh, that's the are you talking about the place down in Florence? Yeah, I actually don't know much about it. I Okay, so it looks like it's like a dog park with a bar. Okay. Let's talk about that. We'll talk about that first. Marcus says we could talk about Higher Gravity Summit Park. We could talk about that. So Bark Park, probably, I don't know, two or 3 years ago. I was down in Alexandria at Alexandria Brewing Company, and Andy and Anne, their oldest daughter Cecilia, we were just kind of sitting at a table sharing some beers and shooting the shit. She was not drinking beers, of course, and Andy made some kind of reference to her proposal, and wanted to know if she wanted to pitch her proposal to me, to see if I wanted to invest in her idea. And so I entertained that, and I said, "Sure, pitch your proposal. I'll listen to this. I'll give it an actual listen." She then proceeded to go into a proposal that included a slideshow that she had on her iPad that she had prepared herself, about this idea of a doggy daycare, dog park, tap room idea that I don't remember what she called it, but it was Bark Park. It was an Alexandria tap room, so they serve all Alexandria beer, but then also you can drop your dogs off and they can spend the day there, and she would have people on staff that care for the dogs, and you can get all your vet stuff done there too, at the same time having this doggy daycare. So it sounds to me like someone stole her idea. That's my my short thoughts. I think it's a great idea. We don't have a dog currently. Not that I'm not a dog person. We love dogs, but I currently don't have a dog. After our last dog died, we have not gotten another one. So I'm not a dog person, so I would not patronize Bark Park. But I think it's a great idea. We all know that a huge number of beer people are also dog people, and a lot of dog people are also beer people. So that crossover is very strong, and yeah, it makes sense. Julia says, "Good news for people who want to go and drink, but do not have a dog. No membership fees per the site, so you can just go and can you play with other people's dogs while you're there drinking. As long as people are responsible with their dogs, I like the idea. That's true with any dog park or any dog friendly brewery too. Like not just dogs, with people too. If you're with somebody, dog or human, and they are an asshole, you should remove them from that place and be the responsible one. Unfortunately, a lot of people don't do that. Kids, dogs, adults, any living thing that you are with and can have some kind of responsibility over. Newbert says it's like those cat restaurants. Marco says well-behaved dogs are allowed at Higher Gravity Summit Park. I don't care if I'm at a bar or a brewery or something and there are dogs or cats. So I should be careful how I phrase this. I don't care if they're around. I don't know that I want to be eating food with animals. Now, I don't care if that's a thing and it exists. And if I'm sitting outside, like in a beer garden or something, that's a whole different thing. But if I'm inside somewhere or even on like a covered, partially enclosed patio, like I don't really want animals around while I'm eating in that situation. Personally, I don't want a I don't want a cat restaurant. But I don't care that that's a thing. I don't care if other people do want that. My iPad just keeps restarting every 2 seconds. This is an. I was gonna go today. We could also dive into that. So last week, the end of last week, my oldest kid had a stomach bug, which if you guys know what that means, if any of you have children, it means we were all in the middle of the night dealing with projectile vomiting from the 5-year-old, just like exorcist all over the place. It was terrible. It was miserable, and it lasted like 1 day. And we got through that, and then we thought that we were in the clear, and then yesterday, I don't know if it was, I can't even remember if it was like morning or evening. I don't remember what time of day it was, but the boy, the younger kid, he was napping and he woke up throwing up. So he got it too. So we've been dealing with that the last day or so, getting him through that, which he seems to be fine today. But long story short, on my calendar, I was supposed to go to the Apple store this morning and get this taken care of, and I didn't because of my lovely 2-year-old. Caroline says, and we thought we had a bout with 2 kids with colds. Good luck. It hasn't been fun, but and it's messed up schedules and things like that. But they weren't both sick at the same time. That was the key, and neither me or my wife have had to deal with it. So we'll deal with it on our end. So I really, it is what it is. But because of that, my iPad that was supposed to get taken care of today now gets taken care of tomorrow. So this show suffers because of it. So who knows how long it's going to take to get through some labels. Let's jump into that really quick so that I can just get this off my head and stop worrying about this iPad. And then we'll talk about some video stuff. If everybody's okay with that. It doesn't matter if you're okay with that. This is stressing me out. All right, Fruit Blood. You guys know Fruit Blood. This is not an Urban Artifact company. I think Urban Artifact owns a portion of this company, but it is not Urban Artifact. It is Josh Elliott, who started at Urban Artifact. This is now his company. It's a wine company, fruit wines. So very, so with everything I just said, very Urban Artifact-esque. So just tons of, did you see that? Did you see it restart? They're good. It just crashes. Very Urban Artifact in personality. So real fruit, loaded with real fruit. And this first one, as soon as it comes back up here, is called Venus Flytrap. And it is made, give me just a second, with, in order to tell, I have to, oh, jeez. It tastes like melon, strawberry, and papaya. It is Imitation Grape Wine. Okay. That's interesting. I didn't read this before I put it on here. Imitation Grape Wine. Okay. The aftertaste is all 5 flavors of fruit stripe gum at the same time. I'm curious. Imitation Grape Wine. What does that even mean? Okay. Um, Imitation grape wine. I don't know at all what that means. Julia says, so the flavor lasts 3 seconds and then it's gone. I guess. Imitation grape wine. I don't know what that means. I don't know how you make imitation grape wine. So this is Impact Brewing, which, if anybody is aware, is the contract arm of Taft's. This is non-alcoholic beer. The company that is making it is called Fuel Your Quest. Full. I feel like sometimes this is just it's a joke. Let me pull the chat off of here so you guys can see it a little better. And Josh says, my question, who is that marketed for? I'm assuming you're talking about the imitation grape wine. I don't know. Marco says, I bought a Venus flytrap for my wife as a fun gift. She was creeped out by it, opposite of what I intended. They are really creepy. I think they're cool, and I'm all about them, but I think that they're a little creepy. The fact that it's a carnivorous plant that is hanging out just in the same house as you is just a very strange thing. So Fool, Feel Better Blonde. I think this is being marketed as some kind of like health thing. It's 85 calories, no alcohol. Fuel Your Quest for Alchemy. Man, all of these products are strange. Everything. Oh, geez, there we go again. I think that the non-alcoholic beer space is interesting, and I'm all about exploring it and trying things out. But much like imitation grape wine, I still can't figure out exactly who it is for. Okay. It is a claim of biblical proportions, but 2 wine experts say they can transform water into wine in just 15 minutes. They're making synthetic wine without grapes, instead combining ethanol with carefully chosen flavor compounds. What? Sounds like an elaborate April Fool's joke is what it sounds like to me. Okay. I'm going to try to get through these before this thing crashes again. Feel Better Blonde. It's a blonde ale, a non-alcoholic. It is, I said, 85 calories, 18 grams of carbs. So this is kind of a health thing, I think, is where they're going for it. Josh says, we made grape gasoline. Flavor profile sounds close, combining ethanol with fruity flavor compounds like ethyl hexanate, fruity pineapple. Yeah, it's interesting. Like I'm all about places trying to create things that push that boundary of science and trying to do new things. I know Urban loves to do stuff like that. Again, not that Fruit Blood is an Urban Artifact company, but it makes sense, considering that's where Josh came from, that he would be interested in that boundary pushing science of products, I guess. Moving on. Another Fool. This is Fool. Fuel. Fool. I don't know if those little dots up there are supposed to make it fuel. That would make more sense than Fool. Fuel. Fuel Your Quest for Alchemy. Fuel. Okay, fuel. It's probably fuel. The fact that it took me that long to figure that out is probably a branding issue that they need to figure out. This is a IPA, non-alcoholic IPA, not a New England. It is non-alcoholic. 88 calories. Again, we're talking about some kind of health conscious push into beer. whatever. It's supposed to be a luxury product that you do to unwind and enjoy yourself. It's not supposed to be for healthy people. Gravely, this is more impact brews. You guys know Gravely. They've won a little handful of GABF awards. They're a great brewery. This is Pink Moon Grapefruit IPA. I absolutely love their branding with the guitar kind of stuff. Marco says, "How about nah?" Get it, guys? Non-alcoholic and nah. I'm not going to dwell on this too long. It's a contract beer. Nothing too crazy. This one I do find a little interesting. Not because I care at all about some kind of flavored grape wine. Twisted Peach. It is the company that I'm curious about. It's called Of Good Cheers, which is a terrible name for a winery, but it is a new kind of local winery, and I'm putting quotes around that because they do not have an actual. They don't grow their own grapes at all. I don't know what their production actually even looks like. This could be mostly a brand versus an actual place, but I'll try it out whenever they're actually open. But it is new. They've got a few different flavors that. Sorry, I was trying to pull it up here on my computer, and I should probably not do that. I don't want anything else to crash. They do have a website up. If you just Google Of Good Cheers Cincinnati, you'll see it, and it's an unfinished website that kind of, I guess, tells you a little bit about them, but not really. It tells you all you need to know. So there's that. Up next, this is still loading. Okay. Oh goodness, guys. There we go. Postmodern Peach. This is a fruited sour beer from Rheingeist. This is from their barrel-aged sour program. We haven't seen a new one of these for a while. I mean, you can read everything that I can right there on the label. Excuse me. Super fruity, a little bit sour, a little bit funky, but mostly fruit. 12 months in wood, 3.2 pH. Postmodern Peach. I'm not going to read all this for you. Sour blonde with Brett and lacto, and then it gets fruit after that. I'm assuming. Because I can't read it because my iPad crashed again. Why? Why is this my life? I rearranged things last week and had some chaos from things being in different places, and then now this week I just can't get an iPad to work. Isn't that supposed to be Apple's whole thing, is that it just works? It's just not working. Let's see. Yeah, we still have a ways to go here with some of these labels, guys. We're getting there. 12 months of wood. That's that movie you were in, Marco, right? 12 months of wood. 7 Mile Winery. These guys are up in Middletown somewhere. Another one of those wineries that's not really a thing, as far as I know. Josh says it works until they want you to buy a new one. This is a new one. I just bought this probably at the end of last year, like really not that long ago. Elderberry Wine. I actually really like the branding on this. It's country in a bottle. I like it. Moving on. So some of these Urban Artifact ones are funny because so Urban does all of their own artwork. They do these really great, sorry, I'm fixing my headphones. These really great hand-painted watercolor things for their artwork. But sometimes they push labels through before the artwork is done, just to get the labels done. There are lots of rules about it, about what you can get approved, and then what you can change after it's been approved. So this is really boring looking, but it's their banana nut Midwest fruit tart. This is Cherry's Jubilee. I love their artwork so much. I think it's great. Cherry's Jubilee, followed by Spicy Key Lime. Some of these are actually out now. If you're a member of the Small Batch Society, which technically I'm still a member, but I am not getting shipments right now because life. Next, the Strawberry Gazpacho. This is strawberry, roasted red peppers, garlic, black peppercorns, and vanilla beans. This is one of those beers that is pretty crazy. This is definitely an Urban Artifact thing. I love strawberry in beers, especially real strawberry, especially a ton of real strawberry like Urban Artifact does. Up next, iPad is Frozen. There goes. You guys, this is so frustrating. Oh my goodness. If David hadn't left, I would be taking this out on him right now. It's not his fault, but all this because of an iPad. An iPad is ruining my night right now. And every time it pops up, it just pulls up the Venus Flytrap. Strawberry Gazpacho. Up next, Strawberry Shortcake. I love this artwork. It means it's strawberry season, I guess. Tomatillo Citrus Salsa. Ale brewed with tomatillos, lime, orange, and serrano peppers. Man, that sounds good. That sounds really good. Again, no artwork on this one, though. Moving on. A bunch of West Side stuff here. And West starts with W, so that means we're getting towards the end. Citrus wheat. Wheat with citrus. Coffee common ale. You guys have seen this one around town already. Their Dunkel, Munich-style lager. Give me all of that. Yukonot, juicy double IPA. I think this is the start of... I think we're going to see a bunch of different double IPAs with different hops. And I think this is the first one, the Yukonot. Wheat, Belgian-style wheat. So this is not an American wheat beer. You guys have seen this. This is a beer that is already around. And that's it. All right, we're done with the labels, and we are done with the iPad. Screw you, iPad. We're going to hopefully send you away tomorrow. Hopefully Apple will get it taken care of, especially since it's still under warranty because it's that new. I love iPads. I really, really love iPads, especially in the last year or two. I've fallen back in love with iPads. I do all kinds of photo editing from the iPad with an Apple Pencil, and it is such a fun experience. But when it's doing this to me, it is not fun. It's frustrating too because, I use the iPad typically for all of like the sound clips for the show. So today I'm doing it from my phone where we can, you hit all of your little buttons from here. So here's a bunch of sound clips of my daughter. Let's see. She was pretty little.
Okay. Okay. I know. Bye-bye.
So all that that's typically on my iPad, but tonight it is not because I just crashed again because I can't rely on it. Caroline says Westside is dropping 2 different IPAs this week. Julia says, and a blackberry wheat. Westside, not only do they make all of the beer styles that I seem to just be in love with, they also seem to crank out just new beers constantly. Like, it seems like they're just always rolling through them so that everybody stays happy with their new beer fix. Love Westside. Love them so much. Wish I lived a little bit closer. That seems to be what I say about everybody, though. So I just wish I was closer to everybody. Except for Jungle Gyms. I'm happy where I am in relation to Jungle Gyms. Speaking of Jungle Gyms, before we start winding things down here, I was doing some grocery shopping. This weekend, I guess. Guess it was this weekend. It was probably Friday or Saturday or something. And I stumbled across a product that I had to buy and I had to make a video about because I was so curious about it. And I'm not going to tell you what my final thoughts were, but I bought 2 of them. I bought both the flavors. Tim says, Jungle Jim's Beer Fest, 6, 17, and 18. I will be there on Friday. This is Nitro Pepsi. And then Nitro Vanilla Pepsi. I was so intrigued by this idea of this being a thing that I bought them both and I made a video about them. I've never had a nitro soda as far as I can think of. So I was curious to what it was going to be like. And I'm not going to spoil it. I'm not going to spoil my opinions on what the stuff is like. You'll have to watch the video, which will hopefully be up. Hopefully, I want to say tomorrow, but I don't know. We found that at Kroger. Joe says we found it at Kroger. Did you try it? What are your thoughts about it? I'm not going to tell you mine, but I will listen to anybody else's that have tried it. I really want to tell you my thoughts about it. So that's the just as it tasted flat. I hope you didn't save your video on the iPad. No, I did not. The video is backed up in 2 different places. It's on an external hard drive, on my computer, and in the cloud, so it's safe. Julia says still waiting for the hard Mountain Dew to show up here. It'll be here. I can guarantee it'll be here. The amount that they sold of that is mind blowing. So it's going to be everywhere. I assume in the spring is when you'll see it. So probably very soon. So stay tuned for. Marco says, "What product?" Hopping back and forth. What product? This product, Nitro Pepsi. Nitro Pepsi is the product. And the video will hopefully be up tomorrow. Hopefully. Don't quote me on that, though, because it depends what my morning looks like. Julia says, so it may replace my Natterday fix. Never. I dislike Mountain Dew, but want to try the hard stuff. I don't think it's... If you like Natterdays, it's not going to replace Natterdays. It's going to be Mountain Dew. Carbonated soda, seltzer stuff. It's no, it's not going to replace Natterdays. I don't like Natterdays though, so I can't really help you there. I think Natterdays taste like crap, personally. I do. Well, I don't want to promise that I'm. So this new grape hard seltzery stuff from Braxton, this Birdie. Has anybody tried that? I haven't tried it yet, but I'm hoping to get my hands on it next week maybe and make some content with it because I'm curious about it. But at the same time, I have two. I think they're both Instagram things. Two Instagram things that I've agreed to do for Braxton. So I don't want to have too much Braxton stuff. Julia says I didn't realize it was out yet. It's not officially out yet, but I know people. Yeah. It gets very very busy sometimes with all of the new products that are being tossed around of people wanting you to share them in places. Though anytime somebody gives me a product with the purpose of me talking about it, I will always let you guys know that it was something that somebody gave to me for me to talk about it. Like the video that I'll be working on this weekend. I have some stuff that has been sitting, waiting for me to make a video about it. And I was racking my brain trying to figure out how to make an actual video about it and not just some kind of short little Instagram reel or something. And I think I figured it out. And Marco's going to hopefully be a part of it because me and Marco are going to be spending a bunch of time together this weekend. We're going to be stuck in a car together for a while. So we're gonna talk about this thing, and we're gonna make a video whether he wants to or not, because he's not gonna be able to get away from me. So there are some new things coming video wise. Next week's podcast is still a little bit up in the air as far as what we're talking about, because I'm also recording that this weekend. The one after that, we are back to Cincinnati. I hope you all listen to this week's Cincy Brewcast. Dayton Brewcast. Sorry, I led you guys on last week with the big changes to the Brewcast. There was no actual big changes. Caroline says, "Oh man, is there a chance that Morgan Freeman will be in your video?" I'm going to say that there is a high likelihood that will happen. high likelihood. I need to know everybody's thoughts on my quasi prank, my April Fool's joke that wasn't really a joke. It was an actual show. Which, for the record, if you guys haven't caught on, the Brewcast is not moving to Dayton. The Brewcast is not changing at all. It's still Cincy Brewcast. I think I got like 4 emails. Yeah, 4 emails, I think. Just says you let us on for more than a week. It's complicated for me because when, with a podcast, like you live on a different schedule than things are actually coming out. So like I was making this podcast a week ahead of time. Not really a week ahead. I was planning it a week ahead of time so that it would be as close to April Fool's as possible. I wanted to actually record it on Friday to get it and record it live. And I completely forgot that it was Cincy Beer Fest, and Branch and Bone was going to be at Cincy Beer Fest. I'm like, that is not going to work. Although we toyed around with the idea of once they got set up down there on Friday, we could get together somewhere and record something on Friday. But Julie says, I like that it was an actual show, not a joke show with no substance for April Fool's Day. Did text Marco earlier in the week and said, wait, he's doing this on Friday, which is April 1st. What if it's a joke? I was waiting for somebody to say something about the fact that I was doing it on April 1st. I tried really hard to just casually mention that maybe I'll broadcast it live on Friday. Forgot to release the news, but we are now the Duff Report. It's fun. I I will probably do other. I will probably do other episodes of the Dayton Beercast or the Columbus Beercast or something, some other like shows for April Fools in the future, just because I like the excuse to go there. But no, Cincy Brewcast is always going to is always going to be here. Julia says I was in the era with my mom, or I would have chatted live. No worries. I hope your mom is doing okay. I didn't expect a ton of people to be able to jump on. It was in the middle of the day on a work day, so I understand. I just I needed to have something for Friday to make it make sense. Let's wrap things up. You guys will hopefully be hearing more from me this weekend. Bunch of new content coming out, and a bunch of drinking planned. So hopefully we'll have some fun stuff. Thank you guys very much for hanging out. None of this exists without you guys, especially the Weekly Pint. The Weekly Pint definitely doesn't exist without you guys. That's the whole point of it, is all of us getting this chance to sit down and have a beer together and hang out. So thank you for that. If you want to support the Gnarly Gnome in all of the ways that is a thing, be it the website or the YouTube or the podcasts, all of that stuff, go to thegnarlygnome.com/support. That helps so much. I cannot even begin to explain how much it helps. And I appreciate you guys very much. Buy some merch. That anything helps, and I appreciate you guys very much for always doing that. And we'll see you next week for another action-packed episode, and hopefully next week the iPad will be a little friendlier. Thank you guys. Stay tuned. Lots of fun stuff coming. Lots of fun things in the hopper, as they like to say. Cheers, everybody. Have a good night. Have a good week. For the record, the Pepsi tastes flat. It just tastes flat. It's terrible. Spoiler alert. Also, Canada, your bacon sucks.